a lot of the time we'll just cross off this RET and extend and put in and out because that's kind of confusing when you're half a six-pack deep.
Yeah, what does it say?
You freaked me out. I saw this going in and the door open.
There was one of our techs where during a walkthrough he was doing this, and on some campers you can't have your door open when you're bringing your awning in, and the door got caught on that awning sheath and it really messed it up.
And that was on your guys' dime, right?
Yeah, it was on. Yeah. Slide control in and out. Conversion lights, that's going to be that outside light by your shower and your water system and everything. Auxiliary lights are your blue lights.
Is that the same one that works the outside on the...
Nope.
Okay.
That one is actually your awning light.
Okay.
And then main lights, every light that you still see on in the camper is its own push light.
Right.
The rest of them are controlled on that circuit.
Okay.
Yeah, heated tanks. So each tank is wrapped in electric heat tape. So if you're doing any wintertime camping or fall time camping, you can prevent your tanks from freezing.
What is the lowest rating on that? I mean, how cold?
For temperature?
Yeah.
I mean, me personally, I've as soon as it gets below 30, I'm done.
Yeah. Well, I am too. I just wondered if we took it somewhere and it got really cold, you know.
Yeah. They do make them so
I'm sure I
they
can
can
find
prevent
it.
the heat snap or the cold snaps.
Yeah.
But also campers aren't the best insulated,
No.
so it gets cold in here pretty quick, let me tell you. Fall time camping, flick that on at night. Winter time camping, have it on all the time.
What?
Sorry. Yeah, if you're camping at night during the winter time,
Yeah.
or if you're camping at night, or let me restart. If you're camping in the fall,
Right.
have that on at night.
Right. Just in case.
Yep. And if you're camping in the winter time, just have it on all the time.
Okay.
And then water pump main on off. If you're using your water pump for boondocking and stuff, that has to be on. Or when you're winterizing, that has to be on to get water to your stuff.
Okay.
And then here's that monitor readout that we were talking about earlier to check your black and fresh and gray tank.
Okay.
So you press the button right here.
Yep.
And then you see the light popping up right there.
Yep.
That's how to check if you're at 2/3 before going outside and pulling that black tank lever.
Okay.
And then you can also read out your battery here as well.
Okay. Good. Cool.
Safety systems. You're going to have your fire extinguisher right there. You're going to have your smoke detector right up there. That's a separate 9-volt battery. So I would just have a spare one of those on hand.
Yeah, pain in the ass things.
And then right down over here is your LP/carbon monoxide alarm. That one is tied in with the camper battery, so if it's low, like the battery's low, it'll chirp like a smoke detector. If you actually have a problem, it's going to go beep, beep. It's really loud. You'll get up.
Yeah.
Trust me. While we're speaking of electrical stuff, might as well pop on down here. Breakers on the left, fuses on the right, and then each fuse has an indicating light on the right here, so it'll tell you if you pop one or not.
Okay.
This is your battery disconnect. So if we weren't plugged in to power right now, everything would turn off. It's a hard shut off going in and out of the battery.
So that's, I mean, if you're not using it, it's just sitting, you have that off.
Yes. If you're storing it or if you're off away from it for the week,
Yep.
make sure to have that guy on.
Yep.
But when you're using it, like currently, plugged into Shoreline Power,
Right.
we want to have that on because then it's charging the battery.
Okay.
Without that, it's not sending that battery from the converter. Also, if you do end up taking it down to Florida or something for the weekend or something, and you stop in Tennessee on the way down at a hotel, stay the night, you want to disconnect this, and you want to pull the 7-way from your truck. So your camper battery is getting charged when you're driving from your truck battery. Alternator is charging your truck battery. The camper doesn't know when we've stopped, the car isn't on anymore, so it'll keep pulling power from that car battery.
Gotcha.
I've heard of a ton of people that say, yeah, we just, stop for the night, not even a full 8 hours.
Oh, I'll bet. That's, that's a good point, though. I mean, it's good you mentioned that.
And then right down here is also the battery readout voltage.
Okay.
You got the cool little dual open refrigerator so you can get a beer from either side.
Oh, that's important.
This is 12 volt, so it'll run when you're driving if you wanted to. To control it, it's just that control board up there.
Yep.
You also, like, the one thing I really like about these is you have a freaking, like, pretty big freezer.
Good freezer.
Oh,
You can fit quite a few frozen pizzas in there.
Quite a few, or fish.
Or fish,
yeah.
Yeah, you can fit at least a couple trophy walleyes in there. I went ice fishing for the first time ever this past winter. Ooh, I caught this nice little itty bitty perch. Oh, I felt so proud of myself.
Well, you should, because
Good,
you don't have much luck when you ice fish anywhere.
Right here's your stove. Make sure to put that little glass guy all the way up before using it. And then you turn this to high and spark it right there.
Okay, that's a spark. I got you.
Same for all of them. If it's ever like that, you might just have some air in the lines. So just spark it again.
Okay.
Boom. There you go.
Now lit.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
And then these are just your fancy lights.
Yeah.
Microwave. Everybody's used a microwave before.
Yep.
Yeah.
This one is a little fancy. So, unfortunately, we haven't gotten one of these back that's just like superficial damage. It's all like actual damage in the microwave. So I haven't gotten to use one of these yet. But you get a little tray you can bake a cake and air fry and stuff in.
Oh, wow.
I really, really want one of these to get messed up, just like on the screen or something, just so I can actually bake a cake in it, because I've told a bunch of people you can bake a cake,
Yeah.
and I've never been able to try. But
Our microwave at home cooks, but I haven't.
That could be neat. Use that at home.
yeah, it's pretty slick. I
It's
mean,
a
I've heard a lot of
convection
people
oven.
like
It said microwave and air fryer.
Yep.
Right down here is your furnace dump.
Yeah.
Only have to do that once a season. You just want to clean out any cobwebs that might have been in there from
Right.
camping over the summer. And this is your thermostat.
Okay.
So power button right down here. Press and hold. The screen lights up. We are running. So we're gonna run the furnace first. You'll hear it click here in a second. That's gonna be the striker going. It's vented all throughout the flooring. It's got a couple other dumps, but it's also through the flooring, so it heats up the floor and it rises. There's that
So that's
sparker.
the heater right here.
Yep.
It's the floor.
Yeah, it's vented through the floor, so
Oh,
it
is
heats
it?
up a little bit.
Oh, nice.
So what is the? How do you get heat up here, back here? Is there?
That's what I was saying. It's vented through the
Oh,
floor.
it's vented
so
through
it
the
just
floor.
kind
Okay,
of
I got you.
permeates. Then we'll run our fan. It's strictly a fan, no AC. So it's dumping right here.
Yeah.
But if we close this guy up, it's going to go to all of our different vents throughout the camper.
Okay.
Then,
That would be just on where you needed like a fan.
yeah.
Okay.
Then you also have a dehumidifier on here.
Oh.
And then we'll run the AC. I don't know for sure if we'll get it to kick on,
I gotta go pretty low.
but there you
Oh,
go.
yeah.
yeah.
There it is. So this is your dump. Open this guy up when you first get to the camper.
Yeah.
Close it up once it's a decent temperature in here.
Right.
The only thing, maintenance-wise, you have to worry about with this guy. Oh, one other thing. See his fan button?
Yeah.
Low, high, auto. I just keep it on auto all the time.
So if you're coming in, the camper's cold, and you want to heat it up, you want that open until it heats up. Is that what you're saying?
Or the opposite, if it's hot. And then
Right.
Yeah. The main thing, once a year, pop this guy down
Yep.
and just blow this out. Alrighty. Let's go to the bedroom real quick before we get too far ahead of ourselves. We got under bed storage.
Hold it up here so you can see it. Yeah.
And then also, oh no, the water pump's in the back. You do have hanger rods in there, so you can hang clothes up.
Yep.
Your emergency exit window on this side. Pull this guy towards you. Screen pops off. I wouldn't do that unless there's an actual emergency because they're a pain in the butt to get back in. But pop this guy out. You can have it open just for a little breeze along with that window so you get a cross draft.
They both open the same. Oh no, that's a different way.
That one's like at home.
Like a regular
you push
window.
it up and pop it up. Or if you keep pushing, it'll pop out and then become a free hanging window. And you toss the kiddos, the dog out head first. And you guys can kind of just chill in here and
Yeah.
peace and quiet.
Yeah.
And are these lights the touch lights too?
Yep, these ones are the poke. And then both screens or blinds on that side too are
They're
just pulled
black
out.
out?
Yeah, that's really nice.
And those
You'd
are
be
just
surprised.
basic blinds.
Yep.
Yeah.
The only other main thing in this guy is I'm going to come around to your side. This is your inverter. If you have a CPAP machine or something like that, this is where to plug that in.
Okay.
Campground for some reason loses power, and you got this guy on, this won't lose power. It's pulling that 12 volt from battery, changing it to 110, and powering this outlet. There's also a USB down here and a USB-C for plugging your phones in.
Okay.
And there's one on that side.
Nope.
Nope, just one.
This
of
is
them.
the only inverter. That's a
Right,
regular
regular
outlet.
plug, yeah.
But this is the only inverter.
Okay. And what size bed is this?
I can pull it up real quick.
It's like the camp. Is this a Camp King or something?
Size for. I thought it
We should get tagged somewhere on here. There it is. 66.5 by 74. I don't know exactly what.
That's almost a king, I think. I think it's just a short king, probably.
Sorry, I messed up your bed.
That's all right. It's okay. We'd need sheets put on it anyway. So.
Yeah. Fireplace. This guy is really nice to have. This is running off that power.
Yep.
No LP or anything, and it kicks out decent heat like right away. That's the first thing I kick on in the wintertime when I come working on a camper, just because it's really quick. You can
No, I know you do because you like the ambiance.
Yeah, that too. I like to switch it over to the red flames and then
Oh, yeah, I can
have a
feel
little
it already.
time. Yeah. Low, high, and then off, so you can just have the ambiance if you want.
Yeah.
And then you also can set timer, so it turns off after 30 minutes or whatever.
Okay.
Radio right here. Pop that guy on. Hopefully it's not too loud. You got Bluetooth, HDMI, which is right down here. Your regular radio. Zone 1 is your interior speakers. Zone 2 is your exterior speakers. You can have both on at the same time, one or the other. If you want to party and he wants to take a nap, you can still party outside while he comes in here and chills.
Alright.
You also have AV1 and AV2. Those are going to be your indoor and outdoor TVs. AV1's in here.
Okay.
AV2's outdoor. And then, just back to Bluetooth. Speaking of TVs, see that guy right there?
Yep.
When that green light is on, you're pulling off of your antenna that's on the roof. So if the campground done got cable or something like that, or it's got really crappy signal from theirs, you can plug into here, pop that guy on, and you can pull the Packer game. And you get local news, local weather, stuff like that. That little TV note is going to be right in here in your bag of goodies. In here, you got your little working man screwdriver. You got your TV mount, so that screws to the back of your TV, and then you slide it in.
So is that pretty universal, you think? For most TVs,
Yeah.
you can just do that. Does it come with the screws to screw it into the back of your TV?
No, the TV's going to have those screws in it already. Or at least they should. Most
They
TVs.
should, yeah. I got you.
Also in here are all your booklets and stuff like that. And then furnace remote, or
Fireplace remote.
fireplace remote. And then all the rest of your booklets. What day are you guys planning on having it delivered? Do you already have that set?
No, it's kind of like whatever works for you. We're not in a hurry, so
We'll talk about that
Yeah.
inside. Do you guys have a trade-in that we're picking up?
no.
Awesome.
It's just a drop and go.
These are your guys' keys.
Alright.
One
Okay.
purple key is for that back door. One purple key is for this front door. That's
For the deadbolt?
for the deadbolt and the door lock. Yeah.
Okay.
They're key to like, so they work with the door lock and the deadbolt. But you are the only ones that have the key that works with
For the deadbolt, right?
Yes.
I gotcha.
These 3 keys are the same. Black one the factory gives you, silver ones we give you. That's for your outdoor showers, your compartment doors, stuff like that. Be mindful that with your compartment doors, people can get those keys. So just keep a good eye on it, I guess. I really haven't found a way to kind of prevent it. I'm sure there's like locks you can buy where then they're keyed differently, but just be mindful coming stock. Like I've got probably 3 of those keys on my key ring.
Right.
That table pops up out of the posts pop up, and it sits on those little wood pieces right there. Just have another bed area.
I think we saw that at the show.
Here's how to turn your light on. Here's how to turn your fan on.
Okay.
And then this is the only blind that's different from the rest of the camper, just because fabric and fire don't mix.
So it's aluminum. Gotcha.
And they got this handy dandy little roll up thing. But honestly, I like just putting it in the thingy because you never know how well that's gonna hold. With your emergency exit window over here, it's the same theory as this guy. So you pop this up.
And
push
slide.
that over. Just be mindful that the screens move as well.
Oh.
So with kiddos and stuff like that, make sure they don't know about that, basically. And then these windows will get easier to use over time. It's just stock. They are nice and tight.
Anything special about the sink at all?
Yeah, cup washer.
A what?
Yeah, the
Little cup washer.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I saw that at the show too. Yeah, that's cool.
And then that little soap bottle. Oh yeah, there's probably just a little bit of pressure.
Oh, right here.
And the bottle for that guy is underneath.
Yep.
It's a lot easier to access from that outside kitchen rather than reaching up underneath here.
Okay.
Bucket that for the kiddos.
Yep.
Bunch of storage space in here.
Yep.
And also back here is another spot. Lift this panel up. I can't right now because it's screwed in.
Yep.
But that's another way to access your water pump. Instead of from outside, you can access it from in here.
Okay.
Charging spot for the kiddos. Each one's got them, and they got push lights.
Nice.
And there's blinds on there.
Privacy curtain.
Oh, the
I'm
blinds
sure
on
you can
those?
install privacy curtain here too, but
I think so.
How about on these windows? There's no.
no blind
Blind.
on that guy.
No blind.
No, there is a blind on that one.
Is there?
down there.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess whoever gets the top bunk's kind of screwed.
It won't be me. I don't
they
care.
can
Or
beat
me.
that one out. GFI reset for the whole camper right there. If any of your GFI protected outlets aren't working, just it'll be like that. Just come in here. Boop.
Oh, okay.
green
That's
light
the
will
only
pop
one, huh?
Yep. And then light switch for in here.
Yeah.
I'll go turn this on in a second, but I just wanted to show you the marriage saver. So this little guy, the vent hood pops up,
Oh, yeah.
and then you can run the fan 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever speed, however bad of a poop you take.
Right.
And then just make sure when you're turning it off, you hit the off button. Otherwise, you're just going to keep rifling through those speeds.
But it's funny how that films on a camera. It looks like it ain't even moving.
And then when you're closing this guy, turn it till you can't turn it anymore.
Okay. And then push
It up.
Yeah.
Foot operated toilet. Little shower stopper to conserve water and tank space. And then I will be right back. I'm just going to go turn your water heater on.
Okay. Pretty cool so far, huh?
Yeah. Fits the needs that we're looking for.
I think it's pretty cool. I like the fireplace now that he showed it and everything.
Yeah.
I mean, you can just keep it on just for ambience, you know?
So now that little guy should have turned
Yeah.
on. It's got a little startup sequence where it's just sparking the sparker just to make sure that it ignites. It doesn't actually ignite or heat up or anything, it's just sparking that sparker. So, this is going to be the main screen you see. Set temp is the temperature that it's going to go to when you turn your hot water on.
Oh.
That temperature is going to change when you turn your hot water on. It's going to go to whatever temperature that water is, normally like 50 or something to start off with. We already saw 2 of the symbols pop up. There's a third one. It's just a little shower head with water coming out of it. So those symbols pop up when you turn the faucet heads. The first one, alright, buckle. Don't be afraid to close your camper doors.
Okay.
They'll stick.
Can somebody see in right there from the outside?
The windows are kind of tinted.
You're right.
But if you come up to the glass, probably.
Yeah. Okay.
I know they do make blinds that will install over here.
Yeah,
I'm surprised
I've seen
Lippert
that.
doesn't do that.
Yeah, they got to spend.
Yeah.
Save money somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm sure a higher end camper, you probably get that.
Yeah. Anyways, with those 3 symbols, first one that's going to pop up is that fan.
Yep.
That means the system's running. Second one that's going to pop up is the shower head with the water. That means water's flowing. And then the fire symbol will pop up last. Except for when you first turn the water heater on and it ignites or it sparks the sparker to test it.
Mm-hmm.
This should never dry fire. It also has safety systems in place so it won't dry fire. You can also switch it to Celsius if you're European.
No.
That didn't happen.
And then you can turn it on and off here. So I recommend when you get to the campground, just flick that guy on and then control it from in here.
Okay.
I like to, just for presence of mind, I'll turn it off before I leave if I'm leaving for like the day or something like that. That's just me personally. I'm a little worrywart when it comes to camping.
Yeah.
I'll like lock up my entire camper and turn every system off before I'm leaving for like a couple hours.
Sure.
Can you put? Is this just dirt or is that a gouge or something?
Right here?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just it's not even dirt. It's just part of that.
Oh, it's part of this
Yeah,
veining.
part of that texture.
Okay.
Is there anything else you guys were wondering about that I might have missed?
And this is just the lights for the bathroom.
Yep.
Mary?
I don't. It's all the mechanic stuff is what you gotta make sure. That
Yeah, I think that's.
Double
Pretty
check
good.
your caulk, like I said, every 90 days. We'll go through this little checklist, so in case you do have any questions, we can touch on them.
Okay.
First things first, the WEO sheet. If there was